Hello, 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 and welcome, 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 Smart Money Sisters. Thank you for joining. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you are viewing this. If you're catching this on the replay, then I want you to go ahead and type hashtag replay. Let me know you are here. I thank you for being here. Today, we're going to talk about some stuff about staying on budget. Listen, the reason why we want to talk about this is because there is no doubt in my mind that the cost of living is increasing, right? Things are getting higher. Things are getting more expensive. I mean, we've seen food prices rise just during this pandemic season. We've seen the prices increase, right? We've seen prices increase, but we've seen incomes either maintain or get lower because of what is going on in our world today. And people are not earning because we had sort of this stop, sort of this slowdown in our economy kind of came to a halt. And as we begin to get things back together, again, it's still not back together because we have people who are coming down with the COVID. And so therefore, you know, work still ends up being an issue. And so when we can't work, then we can't produce, and everything suffers when that happens. And in the way, one of the ways that it is suffering for us is in the cost of living, and cost of living is really raising. Food prices are raising, and the quality of things are going down, right? And because of it, some people are really struggling financially, and some are just making it, and some are still continuing to do very well. But wherever you find yourself in, whatever situation you find yourself in, just know things can change at the blink of an eye. And so you have to establish good financial habits, and budgeting is a good financial habit that has to become a priority in our lives, in our families' lives. It's so more important now more than ever before that we know how to budget, that we know how to create a plan for our money, that we know how to spend our money wisely with whatever income you get, whether it's a large income, whether it's a small income. You must know how to do it wisely. So, and it's also important that we model good financial habits for our children, for our grandchildren, showing them the skills that they can use even as they grow up. So today's lunch and learn, we're talking about 4 tips to stay on budget. So for those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Tisha D. Colston, financial influencer. I'm coach for women, and I show women how to partner with God to achieve financial freedom so that she can create a life she loves to live. And I facilitate growth naturally and spiritually around money. That's right, MONEY. And we tear down the strongholds that we have around money, give you the tools and the resources and the strategies you need to make, manage, and multiply your money. And you can find me on the web at tishadcolson.com. And then I'm on social media channels, Instagram, Facebook, or platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And you can do a search for Tisha D. Colston. All right. Got 2 announcements for you. One is I want to invite you to come and join us in a free Financial Connect group. It's online, it's on Zoom, and we're talking about God owns it all. It is a 6-week Bible study. We've already gone through one. It was fabulous learning. This Saturday is our second week, but it's not too late for you to join us. I will be doing a video in the beginning to help those who missed the last time, just to kind of catch up. But we're talking about God owns it all, and it tackles the money questions that we all ask, but it gives you the answers, or we talk about the answers and review the financial principles that are in scripture. So they're affirmed by scripture, but they're tested in the marketplace, because here's what it is: God's principles work and are needed in our finances today. So his principles help to equip us to approach money management and financial planning with freedom, with generosity, with contentment, with confidence. And if we apply the biblical principles, our finances are going to be in order. Our decisions are going to be simplified, and our experiences are going to invite contentment in all areas in our lives. So it's not too late to join us on our next session, which is this Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Just go to bit.ly/. God Owns It All Connect group. Yes, God Owns It All Connect group. All right. Second announcement is that I have a create and publish workshop. And here's the thing, this workshop is good for two different types of people. Number one, you're a coach. You're a coach or you have a business and you want to increase the credibility in the marketplace. Number two, you're not a coach, but you are looking for a side hustle. Okay? You're looking for a side hustle. So, Create and Publish helps you to create and publish planners, journals, notebooks, workbooks in 7 days. Imagine if you can turn the ideas, because I know that you have them for journals and planners and workbooks and notebooks, into published on Amazon in 7 days. You can do it. What would it be like for your business if you were an author on Amazon? For you to have your own product, what would it do for your business? How much additional money could you bring in for this last quarter of this year that starts in one day, October 1st? Fourth quarter starts, right? So, if you want to brand your business, if you've thought about doing a journal, planner, notebook for your coaching program, or just as a business, and you want to go ahead and join us, we're going to be doing co working sessions. Right now is planner season. So we're going to be doing co working sessions so that you can develop the content and get your planners published and into the hands of your audience. All right. So just go to sisshowmehow.com. That's sisshowmehow.com, and then you can sign up. All right. Let me just back up. I'm like, I'm in the screen. Sisshowmehow.com. Right. So let's get on to it for today's topic, 4 tips to stay on budget. So listen, we've already talked about this. Many are experiencing financial problems because of poor budgeting skills and failure to keep the budget. So you may do a budget, but then do you keep the budget, because that is key. So no matter how much of the income that you have, which we've talked about, it's still important for you to keep track of your assets and your liabilities, your earnings and your spendings, your expenses. But um, a person who earns thousands of dollars will have the same problem as the person who earns hundreds of dollars. Okay. How you do it now is how you do it later. So if you can't manage $10, if you can't be faithful over a few things, you're not going to be faithful over a lot of things. You manage $20 poorly, you're going to manage $20,000 poorly. So you want to develop good financial habits that are going to be used no matter what income level you find yourself at. Most often, different kinds of people with different kinds of income levels have budgeting problems, right? We don't want to stick to it. We don't want to create it. We don't want to put the time. We don't want to put the effort. We don't want to put the thought into doing the budgets. But many of those who are successful in actually doing the budget then find themselves have a problem keeping the budget. Okay. So it's important that we do both, that we establish a budget and that we develop the habits to maintain the budget. Now, what is a budget? For those of you who don't know, I'm using the term budget because that's what we mostly can identify with is the word budget. But I like to create spending plans. It's a little bit different. Maybe it's a spin on the words. I don't know, but I like to have plans on how I'm going to spend my money as opposed to a budget, because budget sounds like work. Budget sounds like something I don't even want to do. But a spending plan sounds more directive of how I am going to direct my money. So I like to call them spending plans. You can call them budgets. You can call it a financial plan. Whatever it is going to help you be successful. But a budget or is really a spending plan, and it takes into account your incoming, your outgoing monetary resources. All right. And a good budget is a balance between your income and your expenses. And it means um, when you have lesser expenses or you've taken things into account, now you'll have an allowance for your savings. So if you earn thousands of dollars a month, you should map out all of your expenses. If you earn $100 a month, you should map out all of your necessary expenses that you have to during your month, right? Such as your payment for your house, such as your payment for food, for your transportations, things like that. And then your tax liabilities, and then whatever you have left, that is, and well, maybe not just whatever you have left, because in there you can include a portion for clothing and, things like that. But then after what you have left is what you can put into your savings. Key about savings is to keep them in savings because it doesn't matter if you build savings and then you never keep any in the savings. Okay. So you want to have savings that you can actually keep. Yes. You want to have savings that you can actually keep. Because what you do with your savings, what you build, will make a difference later on when the need comes up. So you can choose to keep your money in the piggy bank. You can choose to keep your money in the coat closet, or you can choose to put it in the bank where there's a minimum interest rate. But at least your money is safe in the bank potentially from people breaking into your house or the house burning down, God forbid, or any of those kinds of things that happen. So I think that it's good to diversify where you have your money at because sometimes you need that pocket change that you can go in and you can grab. So, yes, you need that as well. And you have that around the house. But then you also have what's in your bank account. Okay. So, and then what remains after you deduct your, no, we talked about that. So, with the bigger savings, you can get services from financial advisors who can give you higher yielding investment opportunities. So, that's what you want to save for. So, you need to have a plan for your money, a spending plan that helps you to maximize your earnings and your earnings potentials. And then, so that you can take what is remaining after you've satisfied everything and now you can create investment opportunities. And now what that means is you can increase the amount of income you're bringing into your household. Okay. So I want to give you 4 tips to help you to keep you within the family budget. Number one, maintain a logbook, a budget book, a financial plan book, wherever it is that you can list out your monthly income, your weekly incomes, and expenses on a schedule weekly, monthly, daily, however you receive your income, however you want to do it. But maintain a book where you can get it out of your head and onto the paper because there's something about putting things pen to paper. Now, I know we have online tools and all those tools are good and they're useful. I also think it's also healthy to maintain pen and paper. But whatever you do, it doesn't matter whether it's pen, paper, online, even the banks now have ways for you to log what it is that you're spending your money on. So they will categorize things for you, but then you can also go and reposition things that are in there. So let's say that one of the stores in Seattle is Fred Meyer's, and Fred Meyer's or Walmart, you guys know Walmart, they have food and clothes. So you may want to break that up. They may classify it all as food, but you can break up which portion was clothing and which portion was food or which portion was, car accessories or whatever. So banks now are allowing you to do that because we realize that the family budget is important. It's important that you list these things out. It's important that you place them in categories. It's important that you understand, where your money is going. And it's important that you plan where or direct where your money is going. Don't just let your money flow, but you can be the conductor or the director of your funds. Number two, buy groceries one time. To do this, make a list of all the things that you would need for a targeted period and then purchase them one time. And sometimes there's going to be discounts. So if you buy it by the dozen, like you go to Costco and you can buy instead of buying, a carton of eggs at the store every other week, you can get a big thing of eggs and save money at Costco, right? Or even at the store, you can get a big carton of eggs. When I had like 6 people in the house, I would get the 3, is it the 2 stack? I don't know, it's a lot of eggs because these kids ate eggs. And so we had eggs, but instead of going to the store all the time and getting 24 or 18 or 12, that I would get the big thing of eggs, and then I didn't have to go to the store as much to purchase those kinds of things. So that's just one example. Costco, I love Costco, Sam's Club, all that. What's another one they have out? There's another one that they have out here I haven't been to. But even if you go to somewhere like Walmart, you can buy the things in the bulk. And so that way you don't have to keep going back to the store. You could just buy your stuff once at a time. And that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to the store anymore. Have you had that growing up? I know people have that growing up. I ain't going to the store no more until this date. So whatever we don't have, we don't eat. That's discipline. That's discipline, right? Okay, so buy your groceries at one time. Number three, only go when it's necessary. So, kind of branches on what we just talked about, but avoid going to the supermarket and shops if you don't need to buy items. This is going to keep you away from unnecessary purchases and keep you away from straying away from your budget. So, if you just happen to go walking in the mall and you don't need anything, should I go get you my shoes and show you purchases of things that I have purchased? And you all, I'm sure we can swap stories of things that we have purchased that we didn't even need, right? We didn't need it. It still got the tag on it. Yeah, girl, it still got the tag on it. Well, because you didn't need it. It was on sale. Well, it's not a sale if you don't use it. I used to tell my cousin that all the time because it's on sale, but it's not a sale if you don't need it. If you don't need it, it's not a sale for you, boo. You just spending money. You spending money, and so you want to only go when it's necessary. When you're like, oh, I need a pair of sneakers, then you're gonna go to the store and you're gonna buy a pair of sneakers. Okay. And the last thing is think twice before you buy something. So by doing this, you're gonna realize um, that it's not really a necessity but a whim. So you go into the store and you're like, oh, I like those shoes, but if you pause, come back to it, you may not come back to it at all because you realize that's not in the budget and I don't really need that. How about even on Amazon? Because we're not really going into the stores like that anymore. But you can apply these same principles to online purchases. Like don't set yourself up for failure just to go browsing through Amazon, browsing through Walmart, through Macy's, because then you're going to see something that you want versus what you need. And when you're trying to build and maintain healthy financial habits, then you want to think twice before you buy and avoid those unnecessary purchases. All right. So, my 4 tips for today: maintain a budget book, a spending plan book, a log book, what financial planner, whatever you want to call it. Number 2, buy groceries one time, as opposed to going 50 million times to the store. Number 3, only go when it's necessary. Number 4, think twice before you buy. If you found this information valuable, share it out with your sisters by inviting them into the Smart Money Sisters, because here's where we partner with God to make, manage, and multiply money so that you can create a life you love to live. That's it for today. Until we meet again, the Lord bless you and the Lord keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, be gracious unto you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. We'll see you soon.